So in this video, we're going to go over how to properly play catch before a game or before practice. I coach a lot of players, and too many of them don't do this the right way. They don't have the right process in their mind, and they don't do things properly from the fundamental standpoint. So let's dive into it. So if you're watching this and wondering, well, why is it so important to properly understand how to throw the ball to my partner? It has everything to do with it. If you're not doing things right in a warm-up, how do you expect to throw the ball across the diamond and get a guy out that's running fast? How do you expect to roll a double play and go to or tag your base or know the situation that's actually happening if you can't focus on the little tiny detail of simply throwing the ball to your buddy right to his chest? And I know this is hard, especially at a young age, for players to kind of comprehend. They get scared of hitting the person next to them. They don't want to overthrow it. They don't want to throw it too hard. And the fear of messing up is very, very relevant in their mind when the actual task is happening. So I'm going to go through a demonstration on how to actually do this, my progression that I teach my athletes in San Diego, and also touch on what we learned at the professional level in spring training. So if you're a younger player, you're going into high school, whatever it may be, whoever's listening to this, you can actually have a base that you can get back to when things aren't going well, or you can just have something that you can work on before you actually start the practice or you start the game. Let's dive into it real quick. We'll run through it. First, we need to understand the proper way to throw a ball. So let's say you have the ball in your hand. You get the ball. Everybody should get to a four-seam position with their hand. A lot of players' hands are too small, but they're not really. I mean, you can get there pretty easily. So four-seam grip. Here's the seam right there. When I ask players to show me how they're throwing the ball, they'll be throwing two seams, they'll be throwing splitters, I don't even know, it's kind of ridiculous. So what we're gonna do is always get back to the four seam. Even at the next level, if you're in high school, whatever it may be, if you're fielding a ball, if you're catching a ball into the air, you always need to get the ball to a four seam as fast as possible, because if you have a four seam, you're not gonna have dive, or you're not gonna have cut when you throw the ball over to first base or wherever your target is. You're gonna be going over the top as much as you can and creating that backspin so it goes in a straight line and does not dive. Obviously, in different angles, when you do throw, it may dive, so you have to lead the target a little bit, but basic routine ground ball, routine fly ball, when you get the ball, we're not gonna worry about body yet, I just wanna worry about hand positioning and arm positioning. All the time, I want everybody to remind themselves or remind your players, throw the ball over the top, okay? So try to get them to get in the habit of this, of getting close as they can to their ear. There's a lot of quarter throwers, there's some sidearm throwers. Try to develop the habit at a younger age or an earlier age if you're a third baseman or you're an infielder. I know this is a habit. Try to get to this point. If you're over the top, the amount of errors that you're gonna have is probably going to decrease because you actually have a consistent over-the-top throw. I threw the ball a lot harder from third base as well. I threw it 100 miles an hour across the infield from third base to first base. Part of the reason because I had the straight down backspin of the ball and it wasn't going all over the place, okay? So that's the first thing. Practice throwing over the top. The second thing is, depending on what level you're coaching or what level you're playing at, be consistent with how you throw the ball. Always have your shoulder facing your target. Let's say your target's over there towards center field. You can step. I would recommend just taking a little hop like this to get your momentum going, because we want to practice going through, over the top, through the target. So there's something called blocking. So when you stop, you're blocking. Your momentum's boom, it's stopping, right? So something I didn't learn, which is crazy, I didn't learn this until at the Division I level, or probably I would say professional baseball. I was told to follow my throw. I was told this earlier, but it didn't really sit with me or resonate with me until the higher levels. I was told to take one or two extra steps towards the target, because a lot of the time I would throw really hard momentum, everything going forward, but I would stop, and it would cause me to throw the ball in the dirt, or airmail the ball to first base, or wherever it may be. So in practice, what I want you to do is when you make a throw, that's it. Stepping here, okay? This is like the younger age I'm teaching right now. Separate, boom. I want you to take this elbow and pull it down. So when I'm walking, boom, separate. This goes down, momentum goes over the top. Down, aggressive, right? At first you need to be slow, feel extension. But if you want to start throwing the ball harder and getting into it, down, over the top, 2 steps forward. So that's basically how to throw the ball. So if you're a younger player, if you're coaching younger players, worry about this elbow kind of going down and momentum going forward, okay? If you're in high school, or you're getting to the level where you want to get drafted out of high school, or you want to go play college baseball, you should know this, okay? If you don't, same concept. But when you're warming up, I'm going to go over my warm-up progression. I'm going to go over my warm-up progression that I did at spring training multiple years in a row that they taught us, so you guys are aware of even what the best practice is to do. Okay, so I'm not going to go over bands in this video or anything like that, but we're going to go over the 3 different pieces that I did and that we all did, and finish it on the last step to get your hands moving, the last piece to get everything moving and active, so when you're in the game, you're not just on your heels, you're actually moving. Okay, so we'll go over the first progression right now to warm up. Okay, the first piece of this, I want everybody on 2 knees, not sitting down on their feet like this. That is lazy, and stop it. Get up off your feet when you're throwing to your partner. You are turning your torso as much as you can so you can feel the twist in your trunk right here, because you want to brace. I hurt my back in baseball because I didn't brace when I threw. Imagine having all that momentum and all that torque going forward and nothing bracing it. So brace this down like this. Get in the habit of doing that from a young age. Even if you're in high school, teach this. Or if you're a coach, teach this. If you're in high school, start doing it. Prevent injury as much as you possibly can. That is what's going to keep you from playing at the next level. If you're practicing, of course. You have to actually want it. Okay, so brace down. You're going to turn as much as you can, and over the top, throw to your target. I want you to finish out in front and through his head. Okay, you're not trying to throw 100 miles an hour. You're not trying to break your buddy's glove. You're simply trying to dot him right in the chest every single time. Remember what I said about intention? Every single throw, everything you do in this game, you should do with detailed intention, okay? Because when the game starts to speed up and you don't have time to think, you don't have time to think when the game gets faster. You've already practiced those finite details, so you know that you're ready to go in the game. So turn, shoulder, try to turn as much as possible. Feel this in the core. Tuck it down, over the top, and extend through. Okay, that's just on the knees right here. I want you to do about 10 of those with your buddy doing the same thing, and then we'll move to the next one. All right, so the next piece of this that I want you to focus on, when you catch the ball, move to where the ball is. This is not throwing, this is simply catching the ball, okay? So when you're warming up, a lot of players that I coach do this at the younger levels, but even at the higher levels, they do this too. High school players, I'm talking to you. When the ball comes to you, catch the ball like this, not like this. You should not receive the ball like this. Do whatever you need to do to catch the ball like this. If it's low and out in front, step into it and catch the ball like this. It's going to be harder to handcuff yourself like that. Okay, it's going to hit the palm, it's going to fall out instead of getting under it, catching it in the pocket every single time, okay? If you have to do this, obviously you do, try to get under the ball as much as possible, okay? So when you receive the ball here, step towards it. If it's over here, I want you to actually get to the ball. Get to the ball. Don't expect the ball to be to your chest every single time. People make errors. People throw the ball all over the place. We even did it in spring training. We would get mad at each other for not throwing it to our chest. We'd actually make our buddies go get the ball for us, okay? So do it early, so when you do get to pro ball one day, you don't have to worry about this. So catch the ball like this, all right? So the next throwing piece of that, I know that was kind of receiving. The throwing piece of this, I want you to practice what we discussed about moving your momentum forward towards your target. So instead of just throwing like that, where's my weight? On my left side, nothing's happening here. No body, it's just all arm. Remember what I said about tucking your core underneath? Start doing this the proper way. Step towards your target, core tucked, trunk tucked, so you have strength right here. You're bracing in case you need to stop. Okay? Step, front, I'm a righty. Step, step, little hop. Step, step, little hop. You should already be in this position right here. step, step, over the top, braced, over the top, throwing down with your elbow. And remember what I said, we didn't do it that time. Step, sideways, you're already here. Boom, follow the target, two extra steps. That's it. Super simple. But you don't do that the right way. As a player, I guarantee you don't do that properly every single time. If you're a coach, I'm sure you see it all the time, okay? So if you guys need to slow things down in practice, if you need to tell your teammates to do it properly, you become a leader in this game and you get better at this game yourself, okay, by leading by example. You don't have to constantly tell people to do things, but if you're doing things properly, people are gonna follow your direction, all right? So if people are throwing the ball in the dirt, they're airmailing it, and you say, or you do the proper form and you hit him in the chest every time, people are gonna look at you and be like, well, what is he doing differently and what does he know that I don't know, okay? So do things the proper way. I don't know what level you're at, I don't care. I really don't care. I talk to my 13U team or the 10U team the same way I would talk to a 20-year-old, okay? You are a athlete and you need to be spoken to like an athlete, okay? It's time to grow up a little bit. If you want to get to the next level, it's going to come faster than you think. But time is going to speed up quick. You can play all the games you want. You can play all the travel ball you want. But if you're not doing things the proper way with intention, behind the scenes when nobody's noticing or nobody's watching you, if you're not doing that, you're not going to get to the next level. That's just what it is. I didn't start high school baseball in San Diego until my senior year in high school, and then I still got drafted by the Cubs. But I did everything like detail-wise right. I was in the cage every day. I was always wanting more. I was at the field till it was dark. I was constantly wanting to improve myself. I didn't necessarily know it was all the right thing to do, okay? I didn't know that. But I still worked at it and I tried and I did it and I wasn't lazy. If you have the desire to do something, don't talk about it, show it. And I guarantee if you ask your family or ask somebody around you to help you, they're gonna wanna help you. If you don't know what to do, if you have the desire and you just keep practicing and trying and trial and erroring and nobody knows, you're not doing anything properly, you're not having success, or you don't know what to do, you don't have a structured routine. Maybe you've looked at every single social media post online and tried all these different drills and tried all this different stuff, but it's like, okay, what's right, what's wrong? Well, I tell you this, the truth is, most people don't know what they're talking about, okay? A lot of people haven't played this game, or they haven't played at a high level. So you can hear, oh, I never played pro ball, but I know exactly what to do, or I never played college ball. No. You learn certain things at the Division I level and the professional baseball level that most people aren't aware of. The behind the scenes stuff. What we did in spring training, the mental game, the physical game, the base running, the attention to detail, we're practicing base running and throwing in warm-ups in spring training. The fundamentals. You see Freddie Freeman doing short hops before every game. All the big leaguers are out there practicing their stuff they've been doing their whole entire life. So if you don't do it now, you think you're gonna get to the point where you wanna do it in the big leagues or you wanna do it in pro ball? Gotta do it now, okay? If you don't know, if you have no idea what to do, or you want structure, or you want some things to do and talk to me about it and work with me every day, ask questions, have me review your gameplay video, your practice video, drills to do, explanations to do, the proper way to do it. I created a baseball academy called NexStarz Baseball Academy, okay? So you can have access to that. The link is in the bio underneath this video, and then you'll see it on other channels on TikTok and Instagram as well, YouTube here obviously. So check this out. We're gonna be doing videos like this all the time. So follow this page for more, and we'll make sure that we give you updates. Make sure you click the alert button on YouTube as well, because when we drop a new video, we'll be doing this consistently, probably once or twice a week. I want you guys to know the proper way to do things. And if you want more granular detail and you wanna actually understand this game further and use the things that I use to get to the Division I level out of high school and then also play professional baseball, I wanna download my brain for everybody here, okay? So if you're on here, awesome. I love that you're here. Ask questions, jump in our academy, and you can ask all the questions you possibly want, We can review video together, look at the drills, look at the mentality stuff I talk about. It's all up here as well. If you're not working on this, you're doing something wrong, okay? A lot of people don't know how to do that. I didn't, but I'm gonna teach you. This is Coach John. That is just proper way to warm up and throw the baseball. We'll see you guys in the next video.